happy and healthy. Today we are going to study the peripheral nervous system. As you can remember, in the last video we have taught about the human nervous system, the neurons, which were the basement element of the nervous system, and also we have studied the types of neurons and their functions, CNS or central nervous system, and its functions and abilities. Today let's get on with the peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is also known as PNS, and it is a collection of peripheral nervous specialized sensory structures and also some ganglia. Its function is to provide the information for the central nervous system and also to coordinate the movements of our bodies. Peripheral nervous system is divided into three parts. The first one is sensory. It is the part of our peripheral nervous system so that gets the stimulations and also the message from outside of our body, and they are and also they can get the functions from the inside of our body, for example pain, and also from inside your internal changes like having a full bladder. The somatic part is a division that sends instructions for the movement of the muscles and also for the movement of another parts of our body in order to respond the sensory organs. For example, handshaking and also kicking a ball are divided or included in the somatic parts of peripheral nervous system. The next one is autonomic division. It is the part of the peripheral nervous system which automatically controls some of the functions of our body. For example, the heartbeat and also the increase or depth of the heart or the breath rate. And it is divided into two parts. The first one is sympathetic, which prepares our body for some emergency cases. For example, during an emergency cases, they are taking the needed actions, and this sympathetic autonomic nervous system is also known as fight or flight. For example, they can increase the heartbeat and also they can increase the breath depth because of having any kind of emergency situation. And the other one is parasympathetic, and this is the part of our autonomic nervous system which normalizes the body after the sympathetic nervous system has done its duty. Then the parasympathetic is coming and normalize the body after the emergency case. Now we are going to talk about some of the sensory organs which are located inside or outside of our body. For example, the first one is eye. Eyes are the same organs, or they having the same structure in all the vertebrates, and they are working as a simple camera. Eyes in human beings has 2.5 centimeters diameter, and it weighs about 10 grams in every human being. And I said that it works like a camera, and it is composed of 3 layers. The components of our eyes are sclera, choroid, and also retina. They are the parts which are making our eye. The next sensory organ is ear. The ears are responsible for both hearing the voices and also the maintaining of the body's balance. And they are composed of 3 parts. The first one is outer ear, middle ear, and the other one is inner ear. They are extremely sensitive, and they get response with the every single stimuli of sound and gravity. Outer air. This structure is peculiar or terrestrial organism, and it is involved in the collection of sounds. It means the outer air is collecting the sounds and amplifications of the air from outside. It is composed of three parts: pinna, external auditory canal, and also eardrum. The middle air is composed of bones which are involving in hearing and their associated structures. The bones which are making our middle ear are hammer, the anavel, and also stirrup. The inner ear is also a well protected organ. It is responsible for hearing as well as being responsible for the maintaining of the balance in our body. We can hear about the 10,000 or 20,000 of every frequency of cycles per second, but bats and some rodents are able to hear about 115,000 of cycles per second. It means their ability of recognizing the sounds are very well than ours. It means their ability of hearing the voices are much better than us. The other thing which we are going to talk is skin, which is a multicellular organ, and it is composed of one or more than one layers, and its function is to protect and also to separate the internal organisms from the outer membrane or their outer environment. Skin is inner ear is the third part of our ear, which are a very well protected organ in our body. They are not only responsible for hearing, but also they are responsible for maintaining our balance. A human being can hear the frequencies from 15 up to 20,000 of frequencies per second, but bats and other kind of animals are able to detect about 115 frequencies or cycles per second. It means their ability of recognizing the noise are better than us. Skin is the other sensory organ which we have, and it is a multicellular organism, and for many types of animals they are varied. It means they can be composed from one layer or more than one layers. The functions of the skin is the protecting of the internal organs, and the components of the skins are variable according to the type of the animal. For example, they may have hair, they may have nails, some of them can have scales, and some of them are made with the help of sweat glands and also sensory receptors. Skin is composed of two parts. The first one is epidermis and the second one is dermis. Epidermis has keratinized epithelial cells, and its surface is covered with a layer of secretion of epidermal glands or keratinized cells. But dermis is a layer which is located directly beneath the epidermis, and it is composed of interconnected collagen and elastic fibers, and they have blood vessels and also nerve endings, so that they can receive the stimulations and the changes from the environment. The other sensory organ is our tongue, which is responsible for tasting. Tongue is one of the most important organs in both speaking and digestive system, which is a sensory organ, and it contains approximately 9 up to 10,000 taste buds, which are used in different tastes for of the food. And as you can see, our tongue has 4 regions for tasting the bitter, sweet, sour, and salty. The last sensory organ which we are going to talk about is the nose, which is responsible for smelling. Nose is an organ which is involved not only in respiration but also in smelling, and the receptions of smell takes place in the chemoreceptors located inside our nasal cavity, and the total surface area of this cavity is about 10 cubic centimeters. And in a human, the nasal mucosa may contain 25 million receptors, whereas a dog can contain about 220 millions of these receptors. It means a dog's ability for smelling is much better than us. This was all about the peripheral nervous system and also the sensory organs which are making our body. If you got any question, you can comment below, and don't forget to stay home and be safe. Thank you.